Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Deep Focus Show. I'm Clayton, joined here with
Aiden.
Aiden and
Tavi.
Tavi. We're
Yep.
continuing our coverage of Steven Spielberg. We are on 1985 now. Um, right after the Temple of Doom, he decided to make something a little bit more serious with The Color Purple. Um, it is his ninth studio film, I think. Something
Studio
like
film.
yeah. Uh, ninth
Yeah,
film.
that sounds right.
Yeah, I believe so. What do you guys think of this movie? Just offhand, um, quick thoughts.
Um, I mean, I don't want to like spoil my full review too much, but like, I don't know, it was very different, I guess, from his previous stuff. I knew a little bit about it, but not that much. So, kind
Mhm.
of going in blind.
Yeah, I didn't know much about this film, but yeah, maybe I knew a little bit about the film, maybe, and it's the first like really serious Spielberg film we've done, and
Well, I
yeah,
knew it had
yeah, I don't
Oprah
know,
Winfrey in it, and Whoopi Goldberg.
yeah,
I I know they're remaking this movie into a musical coming out, I believe, next year. Uh, but here's my thoughts on it. So I liked it, but I also felt like there were parts of this movie that were just a little bit off. Going into my review, um, Steven Spielberg, he was initially hesitant about directing this when Quincy Jones first approached him. He's the producer and he scores the film here. Spielberg felt he would not do the material justice and it needed a director of color, and you can definitely see why. As magnificent and warm of a filmmaker Spielberg is, it feels like a very sanitized adaptation of this book. Um, and I think he's potentially the wrong filmmaker for this material. The score here, like I said, it's the first film to not of Spielberg's to not have John Williams compose the music. So Quincy Jones, he composed the music, he's a producer, and his score just feels totally off. There's like an all shucks type of vibe where there really shouldn't be one. Like the music plays like a fairy tale. It's a little bit grandiose, very cinematic music, but I feel like this is a realistic story. And yeah, the sanitation is largely what keeps this from being potentially exploitive, in my opinion. ET cinematographer Alan Daviau, I believe is his name. He's not alive anymore, but he comes back for this. You can tell that there's some influence from some of his cinematography in ET to this one, especially like the sunsets and the landscapes here. It's but there's his cinematography kind of helps to a fault, but I can't help but feel maybe a grittier aesthetic would have been a little bit more fitting for this movie. I was surprised how many moments of downright comedy was in this. There's a sequence involving baking biscuits and another that involves a bar fight that feels a little bit more at home with something like the Three Stooges than The Color Purple. But in spite of its flaws, I do love the scenes between Nettie and Sally at the beginning and the hand clapping. And there's some nice moments. It's kind of really heartbreaking at the beginning whenever they part ways. But even that scene, there's the music just feels totally off. You'll see me commenting a lot about that. And then I think a lot of the good parts of this film happens in the second half, like when Sully finds the letters, and uh, I really like Shug. She's a character played by Margaret Avery, who I think Shaka Khan or Tina Turner was in the ranks to get this role, but Margaret Avery, she does well. I love her singing, and there's a particular scene between Sally and Mister, I believe, where she's shaving him, and Shug kind of stops her from killing him. I was taken aback that her and Nelly shared a kiss. I didn't know Steven Spielberg would go there in the 80s, but apparently he dumbed down the lesbianism and later he regretted that and wish he could have done more with that. And I kind of do too. Um, Oprah Winfrey does well. I like her character. She's pretty feisty. But again, the Christmas scene where she reunites with her children, that just feels so silly. And the happy score does not match the dramatic realism that that should have had. Um, I can't deny that this can be quite engrossing at times, but it feels out of place. Like I said, most of the impactful moments were in the second half for me, and it's probably the best performance of Whoopi Goldberg that I've seen. Uh, so that's a plus. The author of this source material, Alice Walker, was initially reluctant to sell this to Hollywood, but she made a contract that stipulated that she would serve as project consultant and that 50% of the production team, aside from the cast, should be African American, female, or people of the third world. And I mean that's good. And this movie is obviously groundbreaking. Because it's the first film to have three black actors of any gender nominated for an Academy Award. So that's good. But I think this film it's okay. It takes a precedence for the other serious films Spielberg would make later, but you can still tell that the man is out of touch. Um, coming after the Temple of Doom too, which was also completely out of touch. I'm kind of glad they're remaking this movie, and for me, it's 3.5 stars because of the great acting. And story is pretty engaging enough, but it just feels totally off to me. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just something is missing here, and the vibes are just not for me. I don't know if you guys felt that way.
Um, I can go next.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, I'll just come out and say it. This is my least favorite Spielberg I've seen so far. Um, out of all of them, it doesn't have his kind of sense of wonder and that entertainment factor of like Jaws, Indiana Jones. Like that's thrilling entertainment. And this is kind of, I mean, I don't want to say it, but it's kind of Oscar bait to me a little bit. Um, I mean, I agree that I think the acting is good. Like that's hard to dispute, but it's the subject matter, it's too much of a downer. It's just depressing and not fun to watch. Um, Within like the first 15 minutes, there's like incest and child molesting and all of this throwing rocks at people. Like, I don't know, it's just a fucking downer. I don't know what else to say. Like, I didn't enjoy myself watching it. The score is good with Quincy Jones, but I don't think it fits with Spielberg. I prefer John Williams' very kind of warm, romantic style. This is good, but it doesn't fit, I think, either with the movie or with like the works that Spielberg had been doing beforehand. So I don't know. I can't really say it's a bad movie. I'm just not a fan of it. I guess I'd give it like 2.5 stars, maybe.
Oh wow, Aiden's lower than I am. The ending made me cry, so I mean
It's
that's
fair enough. I mean, it's like good. Like it's a good story. I don't know. It's not for me.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I kind of saw that it's not a maybe a Aiden Core movie, kind of, but yeah, I watched it yesterday. Fortunately, I had to pause it twice for a couple of reasons, but so maybe I didn't get the best flow out of it, but um, yeah, I got a like a similar veins, kind of. Um, Obviously, I guess it's in a way good that Spielberg is trying something different, more serious this time, and obviously some of his biggest critical films are coming later it's just ultra serious too, like Schindler's List. Um, yeah, great performances. I think those are the main probably thing for me for this film. Whoopi Goldberg and uh, Oprah Winfrey, and I kind of forgot Oprah is going to be in this film actually. Um, and
It's her
yeah,
acting
it's a
debut.
oh yeah, I didn't realize. No, nice. Damn. So yeah, this is definitely not the most easy to watch film. And like Ada said, there's lots of bad things happening, and yeah, so it's sort of like I think it's a at least a good film, but it's like do you want to watch it in a way? I don't know, but I guess it will be interesting what we think of like Schindler's List or later those films. But yeah, I agree. I would have preferred John Williams in this film. I love their collaboration, and so I have really negative to say about Quincy Jones in general, but maybe not best man for this film. But movie looks very nice. And all I don't know. I think it's a well done made film, but it's just it's sort of like a I don't know. I guess I could. Oh, it's like 3.5, 4-star film for me. Um, it's just sometimes too much, maybe, and maybe the length could have been a bit refined, maybe. And yeah, definitely not the most fun film I could pick out of the Spielberg bunch, and maybe doesn't have the Spielberg magic that some others have. But yeah. But I'm still like happy I watched it, but not sure do I need to watch it too often, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
I
would rewatch Temple of Doom before this, but I did enjoy this movie a little bit more than Temple of Doom. Not as good as
Well,
Raiders.
that's just crazy to me. I preferring this to either Temple of Doom or Raiders of the Lost Ark is just insane, I think. Um, I don't know. I mean, maybe part of it was I also watched Saving Private Ryan in the last week, and that's also like a serious Spielberg movie, but that one's like thrilling and entertaining, and it also works as like a popcorn entertainment. This movie felt like when you're like in high school and you read the book, and then your homework is to watch the movie based on the book. That's kind of what it felt like. I wasn't that into it.
Like Gone with the Wind or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're
Yeah.
remaking it. I'll see the remake. I just maybe a black director would have been better for this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
think it's just
maybe.
I don't tend to like just like straightforward dramas. Like I prefer if it's gonna be a kind of dramatic movie, I want there to be, you know, some kind of like thriller element or some action or something. Like when it's just straightforward kind of drama, it kind of loses me.
did you watch The Whale?
Yeah.
Is that kind of more of a straightforward drama too, or
I don't know. That one's kind of different because it's like it's the limited location makes it makes it more like a chamber piece. I don't know. It kind of is, but there's enough like novelty with the presentation that it I think is a different experience.
I'm not sure he made
Yeah.
Spielberg makes another film like this. Maybe there's a couple of others. I
It's,
know there's Armistead and
yeah, I
uh,
was thinking that. I don't know
yeah,
what's the story on that.
Yeah.
curious
There's
about that one.
Munich too, right? And Bridge of Spies might be something like that. Yeah.
More Oscar baity.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I prefer blockbuster bait to Oscar bait. Yeah.
Our Marvel fan here.
Well,
Man,
this is kind of a shorter review. Maybe things will pick up speed with Spielberg. I'm trying to
yeah.
remember what his next one is. Is it Always or Indiana?
Empire of the Sun is
Empire of
the
the
next
Sun, yeah.
with Christian Bale.
Which that one excites me. You know, it looks like a kind of historical epic. So I'm pretty excited for that one.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
That was our Color Purple coverage. Sorry it took a while. I'm sure we'll pick things back into speed. Our next director deep dive is going to be PTA. So, but maybe we'll
Really
do
exciting.
Spielberg before that comes out.
Yeah. So stay tuned for when we do Paul Thomas Anderson. That's going to be a good episode. We got some others coming down the line and hopefully some more of this series. So, yeah, thank you all for watching.
Yeah. Bye bye.